Language is always changing and meanings of words shift over time. However, in the past couple years, there have been some questionable changes. For example, the term obesity was once understood as something unhealthy and an undesirable state to be in. However, now it's being redefined as something that is healthy and something you should not change. Similarly, the term junk food is under attack, but unlike the term obesity, it's not being redefined, it's being eliminated. A recent article published on Bon Appetit entitled, "There's No Such Thing as Junk Food," lays out the argument for us. The first point is that the term hurts people's feelings. I loved the junk food, the so-called bad stuff too, Lucky Charms, nacho-flavored cheese, Alfredo's fried chicken, and it didn't take long for me to understand myself as bad or at least somehow misbehaving when I ate them. The same way my mom felt bad when she relied on them, as if they were some indicator of her failure as a parent, instead of an opportunity for me to have some really delicious chicken. You don't have to have a degree in nutrition to know that Lucky Charms is not the healthiest option for you, and relying on them for breakfast is not going to promote your health. If you want to change a truth because it hurts your feelings, it leads to some outrageous claims like the next one, saying that junk food can actually be healthy. But sometimes the junky foods can actually aid health conditions. One of the best ways to combat a migraine, for example, is drinking a Coke. I had to investigate. I could be wrong, but not this time. The article reference was published in Glamour, and it was entitled, "As a 5-year-old with migraines, I found some relief in a bottle of soda." After reading the article, it turns out the author was given soda by her doctors for the caffeine in the soda. And then later on in the article, it says, and it wasn't until much later in my life that I found out that some dietary changes could be game-changing for me. I will say there are some situations where junk food can be medicinal. For example, type 1 diabetes. If your blood sugars are low, you need some fast sugar, so that comes usually in the form of candy. But you also know you cannot have too much candy because then you'll have the opposite problem of low blood sugar. But still, the argument for junk food being healthy continues, and others just need more things in their life that are delicious, that remind them of the true bounties of being human. Now, this is a common thought for someone who loves junk food. When you begin a health journey, the thought of giving up your favorite foods is torture. Healthy food doesn't taste good at first. You have to retrain your taste buds, change your microbiome, and in time, you'll experience food in a whole new way. Food will energize you. You'll experience flavors other than salt and sweet. You'll have better regulation of your emotions, and soon enough, you'll find that the junk food you once thought tasted amazing actually taste like junk. But getting to this point takes time, takes work, and you can't have a victim mentality, which brings me to the third and final argument for eliminating the term junk food, and that is that the term is racist. Yes. Individual foods have taken on decades of racist and classic connotations, much of which is naturalized under the rhetoric of health. She then shares the story of a student classifying kale as healthy and collard greens as unhealthy. Well, for this to be racist, you one have to be thinking with a racist mind and to make the assumption that collard greens, or the stereotype, I should say, that collard greens are only related to the Black culture. And then maybe you can stretch it to say that it's actually racist. But it really is not. It's just some ignorance of the student. So should the term junk food stay or should it go? I think it should stay. But I do want to say I understand where this author is coming from. It's frustrating living in this country and hearing one thing's healthy, then the next day it's not healthy, and not understanding how to eat in a way that is really going to satiate and fuel your body the way it needs. However, eliminating the term junk food is not the solution to the underlying problem this author is trying to address. Keep the term junk food, and if you want to change eating junk food, follow along this channel. I'm going to be talking lots about nutrition topics and hopefully encouraging you. Thanks so much for watching. Hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you in another video.